I heard the river freezing. It was night. The ice cracked beneath my feet. If I stopped, everything would be buried. That was the only law I knew. Behind me, lights flickered. I ran. My name doesn't matter. It's fake anyway. I was the head administrator of a mining labor facility. For 12 years, the system wanted numbers, production, efficiency, target achievement. I was the person who made those numbers. A successful manager, a privileged member of the system. Hot meals in the morning, heat in winter. All I had to do was write reports correctly. All I had to do was not ask questions. That was all. When I first got assigned, the supervisor said, "This is a correctional facility. We re-educate criminals through labor." "Yes, sir. Your job is managing production. Don't worry about the rest." I nodded. Not worrying was easy. The registry had no names, only numbers. Section 3, number 204. Section 5, number 189. Numbers have no emotions. The Black Tunnel, that was the official name. Underground worksite where sunlight never reached. Every morning at 6, people lined up and went down. Every evening at 8, they came up. Daily reports piled on my desk. Coal production, work hours, accident count. The numbers just had to match. I stamped them. Promotion came fast. My performance was good. My superior said, "We need people like you. People who don't get swayed by emotions." "Thank you. Keep up the good work. Your family is doing well, right?" Yes. It wasn't a threat, just confirmation. Inside the system, everything was confirmation. Loyalty, silence, compliance. The crack started small. When I received the new prisoner list. Section 8 new assignment, family unit detention. I scanned the registry. Then one name caught my eye. A childhood friend. Same class, same desk. My heart skipped a beat. I closed the registry, opened it again. The name was still there. I didn't go to Section 8. A week passed. I only received reports. Numbers were normal, no problems, but I couldn't sleep at night. It was strange. In 12 years, it had never happened. Eventually I went to Section 8. Checked the registry at the worksite entrance. The supervisor said, "Family unit detainees. Efficiency drops, but escape risk is low." "Children too?" "Of course. Age 10 and up can work." I nodded, entered the worksite. In the darkness, small bodies were moving. Their work uniforms were loose. No clothes fit children's frames. I saw my friend. From afar, he had a beard. His back was bent. A woman beside him, probably his wife, and 2 children. I turned around. The supervisor asked, "Any problems?" "No. Orders came to reduce rations. Starting next week." Understood. That night, the reports started looking different. Section 8 daily production 2.3 tons. Workers 48. Average work hours 14. Accidents 1 minor injury. Behind the numbers, I saw people. Inside the number 48 was my friend. His wife. His children. I closed the report. Opened it again. The numbers were the same. Orders came from above. 30% production increase. Deadline 2 months. Failure means replacement of administrator. I sat in the conference room. Supervisors said, "Just extend work hours. Maintain rations. Body deterioration lowers efficiency. Don't report minor accidents. Makes numbers look bad." I nodded. Meeting ended. I returned to my office. 2 reports on my desk. One for upper management. One from the actual site. The numbers were different. I picked up my pen. Manipulation was easy. I'd done it for 12 years. A month passed. Section 8 accidents increased. I didn't write them in reports. Rations decreased. I didn't write it. Work hours extended to 16. I wrote, "Normal," in the report. Upper management was satisfied. "Good work. This month's target looks achievable." I answered, "Yes." One night, contact from Section 8. Death during work. I went to the site. A body covered with cloth at the tunnel entrance. The supervisor said, "Rockfall. Accumulated fatigue lowered alertness." Who? Section 8, number 204. I opened the registry. My friend's wife. My hand shook. The report? Should we cover up the accident? No impact on production. I closed the registry. Yes, that night. No death in the report. Instead I wrote, natural death, 1 case. I submitted the report, stamped it, put down the pen. My hands seemed to smell of blood. A week later, I went to Section 8 again. My friend was working alone. The children weren't visible. I asked the supervisor. The children? Reassigned separately. For efficiency. Where? Section 2. Sorting work. Section 2 was the deepest tunnel. No ventilation. Not a place for children. I said nothing. That night, for the first time I thought, this is wrong. First time in 12 years. Or maybe first time in my life. I opened the window. Cold wind came in. In the distance, lights at the tunnel entrance. Someone was still going down. Someone was still coming up. I closed the window. More orders from above. Additional production increase. Top performers to be promoted. I sat in the conference room. The supervisor said, "Congratulations. Your first priority for this personnel change. You'll be transferred to Central. Manage a bigger facility." I asked, "What about here? Your replacement will come." I nodded. After the meeting, I stayed alone in the office. The registry on my desk. I opened it. Section 8. My friend's name. His children's names. And a line crossed over his dead wife's name. A person erased by numbers. I closed the registry. The moment of choice came. Get promoted and manage more facilities. More registries. More numbers. More reports. Or leave with the truth. I opened my desk drawer. The actual site reports were there. 12 years of truth. Covered accidents. Manipulated death counts. Hidden abuse. I put the reports in my bag. Escape wasn't planned. I just walked. Night. Guard shift change. Not the front gate. Back gate. No one thought an administrator would run. I climbed over the wall. It was easy. I'd managed this facility for 12 years. I knew where the holes were. I walked to the river. The frozen river. The border. Across was a different world. I stepped on the ice. Cracking sound. Lights behind me. Someone noticed. I ran. Ice cracked. Water seeped through. My foot sank. Got up again. Ran. If I stopped, everything would be buried. When I reached the other side, I looked back. Lights stopped across the river. They didn't chase further. Crossing the border was the end. For them. For me. I breathed. I was alive. New land. Protection facility. Investigation. Interrogation that wasn't interrogation. Why did you come? I pulled out reports from my bag. To testify. Are you a victim? No. Then? A perpetrator. The investigator opened the reports. His face hardened. Is this all real? Yes. Why now? I didn't answer. It wasn't something I could answer. Testimony began. Reports were translated, recorded, publicized. People asked, why? Why for 12 years? I didn't know. Liar. I knew but didn't look. Same thing. They were right. I nodded. Some called me a hero. Bravely revealed the truth. I shook my head. I'm not a hero. I was an accomplice for 12 years. Some called me a coward. Why didn't you come out sooner? I nodded. They're right. At night I think, what happened to my friend? His children? Section 8 after I left? A new administrator would have come. New reports piling up. Numbers still being made. I can't sleep. People ask, do you regret it? Yes. What? Not leaving sooner. That's all? No. Taking that position in the first place. Then why did you? I can't answer. Because there's no answer. Or because I don't want to answer. Because it was comfortable. Because I was afraid. Because I wanted to live. I'm not a victim. The people whose names were in the registry. The people who died in the tunnels. The people who wore children's work uniforms. They are the victims. I'm not a hero. The person who stayed silent for 12 years. The person who manipulated reports. The person who hid people behind numbers. That's me. I am a witness. A perpetrator and a witness. A surviving accomplice. If I don't speak, I become an accomplice again. That's the only truth I know. Yesterday a new testimony request came. International investigation team. More interrogation. More reports. More records. I accepted. Testimony isn't atonement. It's responsibility. For life. Today I speak again. About the Black Tunnel. About the registry. About reduced rations. About children's work uniforms. About 2 sets of reports. About footprints on the river. Speaking is all I can do. It's the only thing left for me. Because silence is complicity. I will no longer be complicit. That's what I chose. Too late. Should have spoken sooner. But now, I speak. The end.